Welcome everybody to the 40 Fong, exploring the depth of 40 Fong. It's 40. The 40 Fong is sort of different, and I want to tell you a story. Many years ago, there's an international conference for medical research and exercise, and in that conference, I chaired the exercise session. So I picked the speakers and so on, and then we have a public session where we open to the public and answer questions and talk. And one of the questions was that, Dr. Lam, the 24 Fongs, isn't it the only national competition Fong in China? And I said, no, it's not. And at that time, that's years ago, I probably wasn't as good at answering questions. I was very straight. No, it's not. That's it. And I move on to something else. Well, the 24 Fong is created to make Tai Chi easier so that more people can improve their health by the Chinese National Committee. And then later on, when China's opened up, there's national competitions, and the competition Fong are essentially 5 competition Fongs: the Chang style 56, the Sung style 73, the Yang style 40, and then there's a Wu style, and as well as that, there's the 42 combined competition. So the 42 is like the grand champion, like combined, and to have championship of that is supposed to be more prestigious. However, in every style there is a competition set. So therefore, the 40 Fong is different from 24. If it's set for competition, there's a number of things. First of all, it's the time. The national competition or international competition in China is timing is really important. It has to be exactly 6 minutes. So if you finish the Fong 1 second later, you get 0.01 of a point deduct from your points. And that would be between the national champion gold medal to the nothing, or sometimes 0.1 or point can be so important. So you have to time yourself, you have your internal clock. So then the Fong got to be just right. So we finished just before the 6 minutes. So the 24 Fong normally don't go to 6 minutes. It's not created for competition. And the competition need to be a bit more showy Fongs. And also there is some Yang stylists. Remember, if you remember, you went to my 24 Fong talk. In the 24 Fong, the head of the team was actually a Chang stylist. And even though Master Fu have a great influence, there is some 24 Fongs that I think they are great. Some of them are really good for safety. That is different from the traditional single hui. The traditional Yang style is this way, and so on. So those are come back because different style flavor become more strict for competition. So you can say the 40 Fong is more complex and more time created in the right time frame for competition, and more Yang style flavor. And the other thing, it was created by a very famous person, Master or Master Fu Wenguang. He was probably the most famous Chinese wushu person in the world. In 1936, the Chinese team was in the Berlin Olympics, 1936. That's before I was born. And then the Chinese sent a team, and among them, the Chinese team did a wushu demonstration. And guess who did the demonstration? Professor Zhang Wenguang did the competition representing China. And he's unusual too. He's a Chinese Muslim. There's not many Muslims in China. So when I met him in Beijing, he was a professor in Beijing. Essentially, he was retired over 80. And he just sort of appeared when he likes. And he was such a nice man. And I did some practice with him in the Temple of Heaven. And I say hello to him in the institute when I was training there every year. And I know that Professor Kang and Professor Meng, who was my teacher, Professor Meng created the 42, Professor Meng created the chain style, the 56. They have a lot to do with the creation of 40, but their name is not there. The official name is Zhang Wenguang, Professor Zhang, because it's so famous. You know, that's the world. But anyway, Professor Zhang really deserved it too, because he brought honor to the Chinese wushu world, honor to the Muslim world, and essentially he's just such nice man too, very, very skilled and really, really nice. So that is the 40 form. It's not really well written or published on who created it, but if you go back to older literature, he was the sole creator for this form. So I thought I'd like to honor him, and it's a little bit more complex. So I will still do the same as my other workshops. After my introduction, I'm going to Ernie's going to introduce the facilitators, and then I'm going to teach the first session, and I will go through, just in case you weren't here this morning or other times. I'd like you to know that I'm mainly working on the principles, the chord, the key features, and it will be different because there's a recording, there's a virtual teaching that I will definitely do less repetition, because you can do that later. I'll cover more grounds, and I'll probably tell you too much that you might find something you went, whoop, what's that? Don't worry, that's a recording. I'm going to send you the recording, and you can work on that. And if you see my position is slightly, instead of 45 degree, I step 55 degree. That's because this room is not as big as I wanted it to be, and so I have to step a little bit off the color to keep on the same pace. And if you wanted to measure every angle, then use my online lessons or my DVD, instructional DVDs. If you miss any details, that's because I'm not talking about details, and they will be already in the online lesson or on the DVDs. And if you're not familiar with the 40 form, that's okay. You will find some of the stuff so a little bit harder to understand if you're not familiar with the forms. Again, there's a recording, and then you can go back to do the DVDs, my detailed instructional DVDs, and then when you come back, everything would make sense, I think, I hope. Certainly, I like to make sense of everything. I want to dig into everything and find out why, who, how, what's the best way to do it. So that is what I'm trying to do, to share this way. And there will be time for questions. So after I finish teaching, then we have breakout rooms, and there are 4 facilitators, I think. And then you can see we have a small group. So you're going to be practically getting a private lesson from my colleagues. Ernie, are you ready to introduce the facilitators?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Lam, and welcome everyone to another wonderful workshop. I'm sure you're all looking forward to this. We have 4 master trainer facilitators. I'll say all of their names, and then I will introduce one at a time in order. We have Fiona Black. We have Pat Weber, Hong Yang, and Kartiki Sukya. Okay, so to start off.
Hi everybody, welcome to our workshop from a deliciously warm Sydney day today. I look forward to working with you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thanks for the introduction, Ernie. It's lovely to do the 40 forms because it's something that's not so familiar. So it's a bit more of a challenge. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Hi, welcome to everyone. And yeah, 40 is indeed very special. It's very different than anything you do, most of the set. I know 40 is probably the most different thing to practice. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little out of order. Hong, please.
Okay.
And Hong is doing a greeting from California, USA. That's
Thank
all
you.
4. Thank you. Dr. Lam, on to you.
Thank you, Ernie. And Ernie, Pat, Lawson, and Evan are our workshop team. Of course, you already know Ernie and Pat Lawson manage the workshop team from USA. And Evan will be in charge of the technical things, getting us on the Zoom. And Evan is my son-in-law, and he also knows. He trained with me and came to my workshop before. Really helpful. So to sort out the technical aspect, I feel especially the annual workshop is so important. That's where almost everything comes from. The Tai Chi for Health programs, the master trainer training, and so on, all come from here. And 2 of the very key and senior instructors, master trainer from my school that I work with every week for many years is Pat and Fiona. It's just, you guys make me feel, yes, this is January workshop. Without you here, it wouldn't feel like a January, the annual workshop. So that's really special for you to be here. And Janet should be here, but she was have grandchildren things. Yeah, so but she'll be here tomorrow, I think. And even Pat Lawson is not facilitating. I know Pat when I run the first workshop in USA. Actually, even before my workshop, we met and we've been great friends ever since. Pat's been doing Tai Chi as long as I do and has lots of depth in martial art as well. So it's wonderful to have her being here. And of course, Ernie is just great to help sorting out things, and especially when you get lost and you couldn't get on, she'll help you and she'll follow up with everything. So, okay, I'm going to start doing the 40 form, the first section, and please follow me. We'll do that together first, but we're going to start with the warming up exercise first. Smile and walk around, loosen up. standing tall, but not tense. And breathing in, push your chin back gently and pushing forward. And slowly bend your neck. So I'm going to assume you all comfortable with our standard 1, 2, 3 warm-up exercises. If you're not, it's okay. Follow, but make sure the warm-up exercise on everything we do here, be sure you work very well within your comfort zone. Anytime you feel that it's uncomfortable, then you don't do what I do. You do what's comfortable and visualize doing what I am. And feel free to sit down anytime and just take in with your memory. Remember, it's going to have the recording, and I want you to be very, very safe and not overstretch yourself in any way. So each warm-up exercise we're going to do 3 times. So we did 1 just now. This is the second one. And hands down, slowly bend your neck. Looking straight ahead. The second neck exercise, I'm going to do mirror image to you. Your left hand up, right hand down, and turn to 70% of your normal range of motion. And then change side. Again, 70% of your normal range of motion. And then each time, go a little bit further, but well within your comfort zone. And the last one. Next, we're going to gently rotate our shoulder once, twice, be gentle, subtle, and then 3 times back. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in, gathering your chi, breathing out, pressing down, bend down to what's comfortable to you. And one more time. Then we join to the next one. We're going to stretch the spine and feel the stretch as you go. Breathing in, carrying that large beach ball, and visualize the spine stretch as you stretch your hands. Okay, I think we're coming up to the third one. And then back to carrying that ball, turn your dantian and bring your hands with it. So this is using your dantian to direct your hands, and don't twist your body, just turning with the dantian. And the last turn. Then we move on to the hip. Turn your right heel in slightly, and then we're going to step your left foot forward. It doesn't matter if you do right and left the other way. We're going to do both sides anyway, so that would work either way. Make sure you work well within your comfort zone. You can always sit down or stand higher. One more time. Just a gentle touch both hands as though you're pushing against a wall, and gently stretch. And one last time. Now make 2 loose, comfortable fists and make your toe out a little bit. Bend your knees and touch down. Come back. And if you're comfortable, feel free to stretch more. One more time each side. Now the second knee stretching. Come back. Heel first, then the foot, then the weight as your hands, your feet go forward. Heel, foot, then weight. Now we do the ankle, palms on the dantian, and the heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and the other side. In, out. No weight, just in and out. The other side. Have a little shake. Essentially, all the official forms, all the set forms that's to do with the Chinese Sports Committee, they follow a really nice pattern. So usually it's like the 24 form, you start from this side, you go to here, then you come back, and that's halfway. Then the next half is here and back. So you know exactly where, or roughly where the quarter is. From here to there, that's the first quarter. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the first quarter. So please follow me. Part 1 of the 40 forms commence. like everything else, the beginning's very, very important. Starting right, everything else flows better. Starting right in Tai Chi, we use what the center of Tai Chi is created based on the law of nature. And the Chinese ancient understanding of the universe started from Wu Qi, which means that the universe was a vast void, was nothing. And then suddenly, bang, there's the infinitive universe happen, which is Tai Chi. And this is what it means. Wu Qi means nothing, Tai Chi means extreme. So we started our Tai Chi with cleanse your mind or bring off your mind. So there was nothing like the universe. And you can do that. It's pretty hard to zone off totally for a long time. I would say just a few seconds, or when you feel comfortable, that's good. Just don't rush into it. Give you a few seconds to zoom off, cleanse your mind, then come to the being, to where you are. And if you think about it, the world around us, the universe is huge, is infinitive, but it's only as huge as we conceive it. So being here, in a way, we are the universe, because if you're not here, you're not seeing anything, not feeling anything. So here is first of all, there's nothing in your mind, then you're here, being mindful of being in the world, where we are, what we're doing. And then a good thing is to think of your posture. Your chin, as though there's a force through the top of the head, gently lifted up, so your body's upright but not tense. And if your feet's not comfortable, you need to be open up, that's okay. As long as you feel you're here, your body upright, you're not tense, but you are strong, you're not like that either. So allow yourself to be here, to be mindful, and then we're going to start with separate into yin and yang. Breathing in, bring your hands up as though you're floating up, as though we're pressing two balloons down. As you bend down and shift weights, carrying a ball. And this is the Peng force. It's a wall of force. So the energy is like a blocking energy. And from the carrying the ball, stepping, no weight yet, foot down, and then as you shift forward from that blocking energy, at the same time you shift your weight forward, so powered by your weight, your body, and then your hands as well, because they're got to move forward, body upright. And if you understand what spiral force is, that's a very nice spiral from here. But if you don't, that's okay. Spiral is just a three-dimensional curve, and I do devote a workshop on spiral force, so we can join me on that or look into that later. I'd love to teach you everything, but of course that's not possible, and it doesn't matter if you don't. If you do that right, you'll get some form of spiral, and later on when you learn the understanding of it, then you get better. Just like all Tai Chi, the more you understand the internal part, the stronger it becomes. But doing the outward shape is helpful, because after all, that's also based on Tai Chi principle. one part that is different is usually we spend more time doing gentle stretching, warming up before we go to the key movement. But the 40 form is created for competition, so pretty much straight away there's a wall of force, and then the stroking bird's tail, which is really the theme of Yang style, with the 4 different energies all incorporated in there, and that is pretty quick. The other thing is with the classical Yang style, when you shift weight, you don't lift your toe up. Your foot's on the ground, even though your weight's over there. In 24 form, you do lift your foot up. So either case, it doesn't matter. Your weight's not there, whether your toes up or not, it really doesn't make any difference. But nonetheless, this is the feature. When your weight's there, even though your foot's here, there's no weight in this case. Okay. So from here, first peng force, the second peng force is here, wall off. Similarly, shift your weight, turn to have a blocking force. The peng force can also deliver the pushing energy as well. Generally, the peng force is a wall off, a blocking only. And then turn to, using your dantian, do a tiny, tiny little turn so that you power your hands. Your right hand out here, left hand palm up closer to the elbow, and here you are turning to receive the incoming force, and then weight back, turn in spiral or turn in just in a curve, and bring your hands down and across. No need to go further here, that overstretch yourself. Just about here is good enough. Yeah. So first force was a peng force. The second, you're reaching out, and then you listen to the incoming force, you back, weight back, hands back, and then redirect an incoming force. And then left hand join the right wrist and gently press forward to gain your position. And then the next lot is similar, down, absorbing incoming force, redirecting, and then to push forward and up. So Tai Chi comes from nature, and humans are part of the nature. So part of that Tai Chi has got to do with interaction, communicating, and that's how it is a martial art as well. So here, this is the theme of Tai Chi. Peng is like a defensive wall off, so you're really stable, supple. And then here, instead of people attack you, you don't just attack back. You actually turn to touch base, to feel where the force coming from, the incoming force. So your one hand's on the other person's hand, the other hand is on the elbow. So when you hold of somebody's joint, you can really feel where the incoming force is, and then you don't see who's stronger pushing. You actually absorb, you redirect, so that incoming force is kind of redirect, and now you can gain back your position. And this is similar, absorb, redirect incoming force, and then pushing forward and uplift. So in interpersonal relationship, when you have a clash with somebody, when you have an argument or disagreement, it actually works better when you listen to the incoming force, understand what the other person is saying, that allow you to find out a way to arrive in a win-win balanced situation. And that's the art of Tai Chi. It's about balance, harmony, about yin and yang harmony. Even though it's a martial art, it's not a martial art about showing who's stronger, who can hit harder. It's the art about harmony and resolving conflicts. That's why Tai Chi is so beautiful. So from here, that's a thing of Yang style. Very straight away, we have the 4 force. Peng force, Loi force is the rolling back press, Ji, and On is the push forward. Then this is the classical Yang style to reach single whip. It's like polishing the top of the car. So follow me from beginning to here. Check your posture. Then separate your feet into yin and yang. Shoulder width, shoulder height. Pressing down. Shift weight. First, Peng force. Second, Peng force. Then Loi force is roll back. Press. Coming back. And push. Then as you shift your weight, use your dantian to move your hands wide the table. Make a hook. With the single hook, after you wiping the table, bring your right hand palm up, then make the hook. So it's always good to have your hands pointing up, then down. If you go this way, it's wimpy. Whereas you move it up, the chi flows better, you stretch your arms, and it's more effective in redirecting incoming force. Make that hook, and as you step to here, make sure your hands are going to where you are, and then turn. So your force comes from gathering more force and deliver force, instead of then that become 2 force. Like that, it's still 2 force. Whereas you go here and sing, then that accumulate and then deliver the complete wholesome force. Yeah, so that's single whip. Let's do that one more time, and then I move on to the next move. Commence. So here, from single whip, the next is shift your weight, and that's playing the root. It's very subtle. Playing the root is a beautiful, subtle movement. It's almost like, come and join me to Tai Chi. But of course, there is an energy delivering here. Shift your weight, redirect incoming force. And when it closing in, it looks like just closing in, but actually there is one force moving to the right. That's the left hand coming to the right. Then just at the end, you adjust it with your dantian and closing. That's where you deliver the force. It's the closing force as you sing your chi and moving your left hand and your elbow a little closer. That's where you deliver your energy from here, left, right, deliver energy, and then moving on, over, and the white crane flashing wing, the classical Yang style is a little different from the 24 form or the 42 forms, where the right hand is this way. In classical Yang style, the palm is facing out. Okay. Does it matter? Well, some people think it matters a lot. I don't think it matters that much. But it's fun to do different forms and have different flavor. Just sort of nice flavor. So if you go this way, I wouldn't worry too much. As long as you feel the energy, use your dantian to direct and sinking, then it's just as powerful whether you go this way. Right. So let's start from here and do that last couple of movements that I just went through. Shift weight, coming to the left, then to the right, and then closing towards the left using a dantian, and then turn. White crane flashing wing. From white crane flashing wing, the next is brush knee. Here we do 3 brush knees. Brush knees are a really great way to express your energy, and make sure that you're doing it with the dantian directing. And that's the first part of the brush knee. Right hand out, left hand next to right elbow to protect it. Yeah, left foot a little closer. The second part is as you step forward, a little bit to the left and step forward, heel first, and then your left hand goes down here, your right hand move a little bit. So it's like stretching yourself, getting ready to deliver force. And the left hand here is really important. Originally at that position, the left hand need to face this corner, because if your left hand is facing this corner, his finger pointing that way, you can see your, I'll come closer, you can see your elbows tense and twisted around if your hands pointing that way. But if your hands pointing this way, you can see immediately this is more relaxed, allow you to song, and your elbow here is pointing down, which is the meaning of song your elbow. So instead of here, your elbow's that way, you twist your upper arm. If you go facing that way, essentially it's sing your elbow. Allow your elbow to sing, allow your shoulder to song. So from here, first part, second part, finger pointing that way, and third part, brush knee and pushing forward. Just like the wall off, everything come together. As your foot down, then shift your weight. As your weight turn, your dantian move in spirals or in 3-dimensional curve, directing, powering the left hand to brush past a kick, right hand to go forward, and start the same time here. Start moving weight, turning waist, hands, and end everything in the ending position at the same time. So that is coordination, balance, and then you marshal all your force in the right time, in the right place. That's brush. Brush knee. Brush pass an incoming kick or a force, and then deliver your force. Right. So from wide crane flashing wing, we do 3 brush knee. Weight back, turn, same thing, do 3 times. That's playing the root, and then let me explain. From wide crane flashing wing, first, second, third, and then playing the root, which we had done before. Then here, it's like a punch this way, and then turn, block, step, and punch, parry punch. Then weight back, hands back, and that's like the end part of stroking bird's tail. And then we did this before, the part that we did single whip, step to the left, and this is very much like parting white horse's mane, except it's much more open and a little lower. It's called diagonal flight, like looking back. Very nice pose to take pictures of. So that's what we're going to go through in a breakout room. I'd like you to join me from beginning to there, and then we will go to meet with your friendly facilitators, and then you work through those few moves. So follow me, please. Commence. Okay. Please go to your facilitator with separating the breakout group for 12 minutes. We come back in 12 minutes. Very nice, Fiona. How's it going?
Yeah, well, we've only just done it through once, so it's we're getting there.
Okay.
Any suggestions?
Oh, no, I just want to say hello to everyone.
Okay.
Where are you from, Linda?
Pennsylvania,
Oh, okay. Nice place.
near Philadelphia.
Yep, yep. I like Philadelphia. I love the bell. Tells you something about. Okay, I'm going. Yeah. So, Fiona, is there everything okay? Do you want
Yes, thank
anything?
you.
Okay. See you, Barbara. See you. Bill. I'm going to the next room now.
Okay, just feeling your feet on the floor.
Good. I can see your whole body. Hi, Dr. Lam.
Hello, Hong. How are you?
Very nice. Thank you very much. 40 is very good.
Well, thank you for coming. Yeah. You have two very nice
Of course.
people.
Of course.
You
Yeah,
haven't met Beverly before, have you?
I kind of remember when I went to Australia. I kind of remember I saw her, but I'm not very sure.
Yeah, I think that Beverly, I don't think that year Hong was with us when you were in the January workshop.
It was about 2006 or 7, I forgot.
Yeah, usually Beverly come, but I might not be that year.
Yeah, I think we've met each other. I don't recall working with or playing with Hung before, but I think we've met each other. So it's lovely to be with her.
It's so nice we can meet right now. Okay. Dr. Lam, what do you want to tell us?
Nothing, I just come to say hello and
thank you.
That's it, yeah. See how you're doing?
I like the pictures on your wall.
You do, okay.
Yeah, it's nicer, very good, pretty.
I'll show you, if you ask me in the group, I'll show you. I show you the full picture and tell you where they are later when we go back to the group.
That will be nice.
Yeah.
You want to practice with us together?
Sure.
Okay,
yep.
Let's follow Dr. Lam. So nice.
The 40 phones commence. It feels very good. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Lam.
Thank you, Hong. Thanks for coming. It's,
Oh.
you know, everybody gets inspired when they watch your Tai Chi.
You are so nice to me.
Me too.
Yeah, very nice words. Thank you. It's a very good start for this new year.
Yes, I think that's the January workshop. It's always, for me, it's like a great start. This
Yeah.
year is very, very close to the new year. Usually, yeah.
1 week later, huh?
A few days, because people's holiday seems to come together. So we're trying to, but usually not the next day. Usually it's, yeah.
Yeah, that's why this year I was not very sure, because I'm still in my last finals for my, yeah. But
Wow.
I'm okay. I can arrange the time. Most of my class is either it's this time, all these 6 days the time, because of the different time zone. I'm okay.
So how's your class going? Are you like
Oh,
it?
I learned a lot. I'm more focused on anything related to Tai Chi. I'm not walk away from Tai Chi. The purpose is improve Tai Chi.
Great. Yeah, we must sit down and talk about your course. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. See you, Mark. See you, Beverly. I'm
See you
going
later.
to see
Okay.
what the other class like.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. See you then. Talk to you again.
Hey, Dr. Lam is here. Hello, sir. 4 seconds to go. 2, 1.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have 1 more minute. We can talk. So you can unmute.
Can you just show the hands at the punch? Can you just show that?
Lucy, you're saying something. I really don't see what you're doing. And
Question is how do you set up for the hands for the punch?
Yeah.
After here, are you talking about this?
Yes. Yeah.
It's that's just what I did right now. Could you see? Let me show one more time.
Nervous?
Okay, I'll go first. A very good group had obviously done their homework. We just didn't have enough time. By the time we'd done it through once, I'm looking at my watch and thinking, no, we're going to run out of time, which is, of course, exactly what happened. But we did manage to think about keeping our posture and using our dantian to move. It was good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Fiona.
Oh, it went well. The group, 4 people who actually listen, which is always very nice when you're the instructor. And look, I enjoyed it. I'm like, Fiona, you're having fun and suddenly you've got to stop.
Sorry.
You'll have to make these workshops longer, Paul. But no, the group is well on track. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Yeah. Next, Kataki.
So yeah, thanks for joining us in last 5 seconds. The group was good. You saw we had a question. I hope I could answer the question. I couldn't get a feedback. And yeah, they were all prepared. Whatever I could see by turning myself around, sometimes they were all following in flow and everything was nice. I really had fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Kalaki. And Hong.
I'm here. We had a great time with a smaller group, and then we practiced. Also, we had the chance to follow the Dr. Lam again. Thank you, Dr. Lam, and thank you for our group. Thank you.
Thanks, Hong. Yes, we're running a little bit behind time, so we'll have 5 minutes off now.
Our closings, it's down. Do the hands, when we do, are they up or are they down, and does it matter? When we do the apparent closing.
Doesn't really matter, but just do what I show you.
Well, that's what I, thank you.
Yeah. I thought it's about this. It's the same. There are some differences, and again, it depends on what you're learning it for. I do different sets and different forms, and I enjoy the diversity. Also, in a way, it doesn't matter so much. The things I mentioned as I go through are the important things that connect you to energy of this set. So it's good to put a bit more effort in it. But again, if you wander off to a Zoom style, that's okay. Make it flow, just keep it going.
When you're practicing yourself, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. Well, of course, I do most of my practice myself, and I do different sets and different styles, and it's fun to, if I doing 42 and then somehow ended up in 48, I know I was not being mindful and not really here, then I know that I need to be in the practice. And so that's good for me when I'm doing a change style and go to something else.
I got to keep saying 42, 42, 42. I haven't looked at 48 yet.
Yeah, but it's a good idea though to sort of get one set and sort of make it comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're leading this, that you chose the 40 as a in-depth workshop for January. It is one of my favorite. Forms because of all the spirals, and it's so, I feel like I'm flying.
Good, great, fantastic. Yeah, I only practice those forms that I really enjoy. So all the forms on the online lessons, and of course all the workshop I run, are just the form I practice regularly and I really enjoy. And I found the step and interest in it. Yeah.
42.
Sorry.
Sorry, who?
Sorry. Go on, Lucy, you go.
Oh, I said 42 is harder. The 40 is easier.
I don't know. They all fascinating in different ways for me.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. I was just going to say, Paul, I've lost you. Where are you? Oh, there you are. That in the brush knee, what I really like is the thought of the hands separating, the yin yang, one up, one down as you place your foot. And I think that often gets missed. The hands stay up and then one drops as the movement happens. But I think that's really important.
Yeah, the second part here, people do this part often miss. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah. And you really need to have that part together energy to
It feels
deliver.
so much better. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's the time to come back. So welcome back. Were there any question before I move on to the next? Okay. I guess it's not. And I just like you to know that if you find you're not sort of familiar with the set, it's okay. Don't get too worried about learning it exactly. This is not the learning form time. This is exploring the depth time. So I'm going to press on and talk about the inner energies and inside, and there will be a recording, but the exact details are in the instructional DVDs, so you can catch up later. But meanwhile, work on the feelings, the internal energies. And the points that I bring it up, if you can, and if you don't quite get all that, that's fine. I just enjoy talking about it. And you can work on it. There will be a recording. So let's go back to where we were and follow me for the next session. So from diagonal fly, is turning the toe in, cutting across, as though this is holding an incoming force and redirecting it, and this is delivering a force. The force is on the edge, and again direct by the dantian, and then open up, similar to that, redirecting, cutting across, and fists under elbow. So it's a lot of moving, weight shifting, moving energies from changing over. And if you use the spiral force, it's the spiral direct by the dantian. It's really a fun feeling doing this. So shift weight, cut across, and then shift your weight, turn the right hand. So like over, step, open up, and then follow step, repeat the same thing, redirect, cutting across, follow step, and then fist on the elbow. So there's lots of subtle shifting weight and delivering energy. One more time. Cut across, then weight back, open up, follow step, cut across, step back, your right hand down, blocking an incoming force, and deliver. Okay, so then you go back to, from here, you go back to repulse monkey. From here, the repulse monkey is the same as the 24 form. The important thing is be mindful that you not overstretch here. You're not doing this, but more 90 degree at the most, 125, no more. Otherwise, if you go too much, that gets tense, and when you're not strong, your qi don't flow. And also when you overstretch yourself, that's high risk of injury. So from here, make sure you look back first before you lift the left foot up. That's really important for safety. Also, it's really important to, as you deliver force, you need to see where the incoming force is. Then you hold the incoming force, redirecting it, and then deliver your force. And then in one stage, this is where you should be. Hands in front, hands next to the hip. Looking back. And then continue. And that's the same. Second, straighten the heel up. And then turn the toe in and step down. So that's quite a bit of stepping back. The other side. Fair lady working the shuttle. It's very beautiful, but it's also really good point to weight, energy, step, foot down. As you shift your weight, you turn using a spiral and using your weight, and then you coordinate your hands. So your left hand start from here, start turning to here above the block. Your right hand goes turning, and then forward, powered by your dantian and your force, that your right hand is further down from your left with elbow slightly bent. So this is a block, a nice block here and push. There's a block and a push. And when you coordinate everything down, the whole body coordinate, then your energy is wholesome and ready. The next one is the same. Down. If you bring your hand here and then move your hands, then you have separate force. When your whole body is coordinated, then you can yin-yang balance, and your force is wholesome, your qi flows nicer, and you feel much better. The whole body work together. So where are we? From here. First repulse monkey. Second. Then turn the left toe in. Then first, fair lady working in the shuttle. Second, then closing, and that's a parting white horse's mane. In a way, it's similar. The subtle and I guess all Tai Chi have similar things in the sense that when you shift weight, your weight shifting, your turning, your dantian direct everything and coordinate so that you start at the same place, and when you finish the set, your weight shifts from beginning to where it should be. Your turning started from where it should be. Your hands from here to where the final point of impact is. And when you do that, your force comes from the dantian with your body weight, with the spiral, and the energy is here over this hand. And this is a absorbing incoming force redirecting. That is parting white horse's mane. And the same energy way is the same here. And then we go to ready to waving hands. Let me do from here again to the other side. Follow me, please. Turn the left toe out, turn the right toe in, and then we'll stop here, at here. So remember the midway, we start here, go there, that's 1/4. Coming back, that's the 2/4. And then tomorrow we go there and back again. So for today's, we are going to start from there, then go back. And so I'm trying to, very mindful, leaving you more time for the breakout room. Let's do it from here. Ready, go. Before you go to breakout room, is that in classical Yang style, they don't advocate shifting weight back. They kind of turn this way while the weight's there. And you notice that even in move here, that there is, I didn't move back as much as the 24 form, but I do move back a little and then lift your weight and move back a little and your weight forward, weight back a little. So this is different from the classical Yang style. The reason that I do this is if you don't put your weight back and just turn, you are grinding your knee, and the cartilage don't like it when it grinded. It's more likely to get injury. So it's much safer to just come back. You don't have to come back all the way like the 24 form, but come back, and then when you weight off your foot, you can turn, and that way you're much safer. And you notice that will be different from many classical Yang style teaching, and I suggest you do that to protect your knee. Certainly, you have to remember in the old days, the creator, the brilliant Tai Chi masters who learn the Tai Chi, modify the forms, teach the Tai Chi, they don't have the benefit of research of sports medicine. They don't have the benefit of focus on safety. And by shifting the weight, there's no harm really, doesn't do any harm to the form. You still allow you to gather your energy and you still deliver energy, but you protect your knee then. So that is the feature of all the forms and all the things I teach. I do my very best to infuse the safety measures in everywhere that has higher risk, and I'll give you warnings that there is higher risk too. So just keep that in mind, that while you are practicing with me, I will want you to shift your weight. Don't grind your knee for your safety. Okay, we can talk about if there's any question, but meanwhile, we're going to have more time to do your, let's have 16 minutes to in your breakout group. So were there a question I didn't finish answering just now? No?
No, Lucy, did you understand what you were asking? Was it?
No, but
Okay. So yeah, we can get into we can move forward from that question.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Please lead, sir. Our group should also get the opportunity, right? Like Hong Yang's group.
Oh, sure. Ready, go. How about you guys show me?
So maybe for everybody follows me, I guess that should be
Okay, sure.
okay. So
You muted yourself. If I don't know if you meant to or not.
Megan, you said something?
You muted yourself. I didn't know if you meant to or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think something in my report here. All right. So this is our starting position. Start from left side of the room and commence. repulse monkey. 1. Repulse monkey 2. Turning around. Shuttle. 1. Shuttle 2. Parting the wild horse with me.
I'm just going to stop you there. Can you stop there? Pat, you seem to be at a very strange angle. I don't know what it was, but you couldn't get it right because your angle was funny. So here.
Should I be facing west, like, or east? I should be at a right angle to where I started.
Yeah, well, when you do your oblique flying, this is my axis here.
So oblique flying is,
Yeah, your left foot perhaps is a bit far back. Maybe a little bit far back. Yeah.
so now I'm even. I was angled before, but now I'm even.
Well, more even would be better. Let's try it now. So cut, make the ball, step, fist under elbow. Now, I don't want you to go any further yet. I was just worried about your angle, Pat. Let's try it again. Go from fist under elbow. We'll leave the oblique flying for the moment. Go from fist under elbow. Let me see how you're going. Commence.
After to the repulse monkeys?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Commence.
And here's where I don't remember it. I have to pin.
Okay.
Hand on top, step with the right, hold the ball, right hand on top, and you're into your shuttle. Left hand's on top, shuttle. Parting the wild horses, mate. Thinking about the weight distribution, you're turning. And again, as you step, you're turning. Back to the front. Hands forward. And stash. Have a shake. How does it feel? Okay, any comments, Paul?
Good, nice. Yeah.
Anything we should be working on?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Okay, let's try again from that same area, from that diagonal flying, from here. So feel your feet, your right foot is pointing at 3 o'clock. We're here. Ready? Commence. Cutting across. Feel the energy at your hands. Feel it coming from your feet. Sorry, I set my alarm. Repulse monkey. Looking at your left hand as you step back. Looking at your right hand. And turn left hand on top. Step, right hand on top. And into your shuttle. Feeling that figure of 8 We had a much better time slot, but it didn't help that I get confused about leading and following. However, we did get there in the end, and it does help when you have a good group and they know what they're doing and they can follow along. Yeah, no, it was good fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, we had good fun too. I'm afraid I strayed a bit from some of the basic principles, because we just needed, as you would all know, some of those little joining movements can be such a challenge. And if they throw your attention, it's very hard to get it together. But that's what we were working on. And we agreed that the angles can also be a challenge. And it's not always easy to pick that up from the videos. It takes lots of different experiences to actually get that going. But no, a very good group, really. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
So I think it's my time to go. So we had another opportunity to follow Dr. Paul Lam, and then we did a lot of practice and everybody was pretty much in flow. Everything was great. At the end, we had a question about breathing. So what I basically said was you should focus on keeping your breath soft and simple and easy, because if you don't focus on, if you don't do that, you can tense up and that tension can lead to injury. If Dr. Paul Lam and other MTs want to add on that, I think it will be a good idea for the whole group here. And rest everything was fine. We did a lot of rounds of practice, and I think everybody enjoyed it. Thank you.
Good, thanks, Kadaki. Yeah, breathing is really important. Certainly, I agree with not straining and having as natural as possible. And Dantian breathing should always be be mindful of that whenever you deliver force, that's the out breath. And then the next, just let go. Your body will take an in breath naturally. So that's an out breath, pushing, delivering force. And the Dantian breathing, I talk about it in everywhere really, but I can talk about it again. Essentially, it's breathing from the Dantian, 3-finger breath below your belly button. When you take an in breath, that's storing energy. Breathe in gently, as though there's a balloon. You gently expand this part of your hand, just very gentle, and try not to involve other parts of the body. You can. Breathing is through the lung, but by using the abdomen to expand and contract, what it does is to create a positive and negative pressure in the lung, so open up more lung space. And I explained that Dantian breathing in much more detail with the name of the muscles and with the medical evidence behind and the traditional idea behind. It is free on YouTube. The first lesson of Tai Chi for rehabilitation devote a lot of time on Dantian breathing, and you can just go to YouTube, Tai Chi for Rehabilitation, Dr. Paul Lam, and you'll find it. And follow that first lesson, you'll get the Dantian breathing. While you understand the concept of Dantian breathing, which essentially is relatively simple, it is using your abdominal pressure to open up the lung space and activate diaphragmatic breathing. At the same time, you activate the deep stabilizer connected to the parasympathetic nervous system to help people more relax. And I'll mention all that in the first free lesson on YouTube. And then when you do your Tai Chi, whenever you can think of it, you don't have to use that breathing method all the time, but just being mindful. If it's a force delivering movement, that's an out breath. Contract your pelvic floor muscle, breathe out, and then just let go. The next force delivering movement again, contract. And if you are focusing on movement and other things, just forget it. Nobody breathe right all the time. All you have to do is every now and then thinking of when you do the shuttle, that's an out breath, it's a push. So breathe out, contract your pelvic floor muscle, and then just let go. Contract your pelvic floor muscle. The key is not to strain, not to overdo it. Anytime you feel uncomfortable, do what Kataki says, relax and let go and have quiet, gentle breathing. And whenever you can remember that's a force delivering force, parting white horses mane, here's the out breath, contract your pelvic floor muscles, and that's where your force, your energy can flow. So that's Dangtian breathing should be something very easy to learn, but you can incorporate everywhere and do it anywhere. It really improved my Tai Chi. It's a combination of modern medical study plus based on the traditional Tai Chi breathing method. But you read a lot of traditional texts tells you got to do it all the time. Well, that's not possible. What you do is whenever you think of it, that's good enough. Gradually your body will acquire that and it will just come natural a lot of times. Okay, one more group. Hong's group hasn't talked yet.
Okay, we just practiced several times. We had enough time to practice in both directions so that they can follow. We facing to each other, and sometimes we are on the same direction. And then after practice several times, we still had time talked about the general differences between 24 and traditional yang form. That was good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Hong. That's one question I meant to ask and I didn't ask. Hands up those who have done 24.
Well, say it again.
Anybody who have done 24 form? Say everybody? Right. So I should be more mindful of the differences and explain that tomorrow. Okay, if there's a difference, I'll bring it up. Thanks, Hong, for bringing that up. That I'm glad you've all done 24. If you get confused and you want to do it either 24 way or 42 in 24, that's okay. It's all yang style. It's okay. What is important is the principle, the energy, and the safety. One thing about 40 forms is the shifting weight. You want to shift weight before you turn your knee. That's very important for your safety. And elsewhere, if it's related safety, I will mention it. And tomorrow, I'll be more mindful. If I see some difference and similarity, I'll mention. That's a good thing. Okay, so I think we're having good fun here. Anybody like to pass a comment or ask any question before we close off today?
Dr. Lam, I've just got one thing. It's great to see everyone and do this.
So what I'd like you to do is also to just go through what we did today. If you're too tired, just mentally go through it, sit there, go through and think about the things we discussed.
That you advocate, or whether they just followed along. But I just like the way Tai Chi for Health Institute teaches.
Thank you, Beverly. I do have learn from traditional teachers. And the traditional teacher's way is generally the teacher says, watch me, follow me, the whole form, and you just follow. And very little explanation. But there are teachers who have good intuition that know to teach slower and explain, but haven't got a systematic way, and certainly not based on scientific research or how people learn best. One of the interesting thing is when I was teaching in Singapore. Singapore is mostly Chinese, and a lot of traditional teachers, of course, they all speak Chinese, and they being some of them older than me when I was there, and many of them teach longer than me full time. And when I was teaching Tai Chi for arthritis, Snow is very simple. And when I start talking about the principle, and I saw a lot of these teachers rush off, get a pen, paper, start writing the things I did, and I say, and I was really curious. I mean, you guys teach Tai Chi for professionally all the time, longer than me. You must have known this stuff. And I said, yes, we do, but no one explained to us and show us how it's done and what it really means. And that didn't come easy. It actually is very simple, but it didn't come easy. It came from lots of work and working with traditional teachers, using my analytical ability as a doctor, as a medical researcher. And the teaching method, as you mentioned, that is definitely not the traditional Tai Chi teaching way. And I think, so as teachers everywhere, we learn a lot from modern research, how people learn best. For example, I teach doctors, or I used to teach doctors, and I have those training on how people learn best. And I use those training, the teaching training, into my Tai Chi training. I love the research study that shows what works, because then you have a solid basis. And then I use our Tai Chi principle, because essentially Tai Chi principle is taking your time, one thing at a time, absorbing and redirecting. So thank you. I love you saying that, because I feel that it's one thing we're different in Tai Chi for Health Vision, that we have a teaching system that is works on up-to-date medical studies and up-to-date studies on how human learn best. That's why we reach so many places and have so many people doing our forms, because they feel good when they can learn. People feel happy with themselves. They feel efficacious cases when they're able to master a skill. And if you just follow someone, it's very hard to master this skill. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say goodbye, and please do some practice, at least some visualization for tomorrow. And if you have any questions, you can also email me or say it now if it's a quick question. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. And I received an email some years ago. Hopefully this won't happen again. This lady went to a Tai Chi school for years, and she liked it. But she bought my DVD. On those days, video is a long time ago. And the teacher heard she bought somebody's video. He sacked her straight away, expelled her off the school. I was flabbergasted. We don't work like this anymore. But you can imagine in the old days, when you are stuck in one way, you really don't have an opportunity to see anything different. I think that's a limiting thing. It's so good that now we are, and most teachers are like me. We can't wait to teach more. And my teacher, well, some of my teachers encourage me to learn from elsewhere, to certainly open-minded about me learning. So there's one way, like the tradition, you stick to one form, one style, one teacher forever. And if your teacher happens to be very open-minded and really willing to teach you everything, which I talked earlier on this morning, that is usually not the case unless you are the teacher's son, not even daughter. Then you are going to not having that opportunity to compare, to find and learn a lot, which, you know, nowadays we take it for granted. But not that long ago, in the medical world, it's the same. And since medicine has opened up, if a doctor discovers something or a laboratory discovers something, you know, they can't wait to write, to publish it. And when it gets published, you have to go through, for our Tai Chi for Arthritis research, it took us several years. We've done the study, years to get the money to do the study, done the study, and take us several years to get it published. So we couldn't wait to share. And nowadays, some journals want you to pay to get you got to be selected, and then you got to pay to be published. So you get paid. You have to pay people to share, which is not unlike sometimes. I know some teachers who would pay people. I offered to pay my daughter to learn Tai Chi from me, but she politely declined when she was 11. Don't be silly, Dad. But we offer scholarships. A lot of people donate their money, and we offer scholarships for people to learn. So we're really lucky in this world that we have variety, we have choice, and either path is okay. I think you can focus on one thing, Yang style or the 40 forms or 24, and continue to follow the principle in practice. You can reach as high as you like. If the same for the Tai Chi for Health programs. On the other hand, if you like me, you like to look at things from different perspectives and to find different ways to see the principle, to see the key of it, different styles, to see what's the difference, and eventually why is it the same in principles, then and I think it's more fun. So if you're like me, you would enjoy different styles, different forms. So if you've done, I think, or you've done 24 forms, I'm really glad you're doing 40, because that's another way to look at it. Okay, I'm now open to some quick questions, and then we'll start moving. And there's still more time for questions. We only have a small class, so plenty of time for questions. Warm up first. Walk around. Push as though there's a gentle resistance. And slowly, slowly bend your neck. Chin back, looking straight ahead. And the third time. The second leg exercise. I'm doing mirror image to you. 70% of normal range of motion. And the same, and then each subsequent time you can go a little further. Try to use your dantian and feel the opposite force, one hand, the other. And last time, both sides. Roll your shoulder very subtly. No need for a big roll. After 3 times, we roll back 3 times. Song your upper limb, breathing in, breathing out, and press down, bend to what's comfortable to you. Keeping your body upright. Breathing out. And the last. Then while you're there, moving in big gentle curve, join to the next. One more exercise. Feel your spine stretch as you stretch your hands. And one more each side. So link to the next movement using your dantian to turn, to control your hands. Do not turn too much, just working on connecting your dantian to the balls you're carrying. And the last. Then moving on to the hip. Be sure to work within your comfort zone, sit down and visualize anything you're not comfortable doing. Change side. As though there's a wall here, and feel the double force in opposite direction. And the last. Make sure your fist is soft and comfortable and below your hip. And if you're comfortable too, feel free to stretch a little further. And last, this stretch. Now, heel first, foot, weight, keeping your body upright. Mindful the weight transference. Coming back, shift your weight. And the last. We're going down to our ankle, palm on the dantian. The other side, keeping your body upright, but supple. No weight, just a gentle stretch. The other side. Have a little shake. So yesterday we done up to half, up to here. After parting white horse's mane, we do the first waving hands. That's where we are. So we're going to continue to the third quarter, third section, and that's what we're going to do the first session, the third section. So from here, waving hands, we're going to do 3 waving hands. And one more. From here, it's a little bit like 24 form. Here, there's a little different here, and then it's different from the 24 form. That's what we're going to do this first session. And you can see it packing a lot, but the principle is the same, and similarity to 24, but different and more techniques. And I think the tempi is just a little faster, but in competition, just so that you might know, you're supposed to do it within 6 minutes. But you know, we in Tai Chi for Health, we really don't worry too much about competition. Our key is health, internal energy, personal development, your skill. And I believe that to express your internal energy, to do all this well, it actually takes more than 6 minutes. But competition, they do have a time limit. And if you exceed the time, they take points off you. But if you're going to practice for self-enjoyment and self-development, I would go at least another minute. If you follow my DVD, that is about the speed you can execute it, and just nice to deliver the internal energy and not rush. You don't have to. Some classical people do it really, really slow, and I don't think it's nice to do it once in a while just to get the idea. But I don't think that's actually too slow, can be high risk and not necessarily the best way. So from the waving hands. I want to just tell you about the waving hands because this is more traditional Yang style. Even though the 24 form is Yang style, this have more traditional move. And the Yangs come from Yang Luk-sang, who learned from the Chang style Tai Chi. And his grandson, if you read Tai Chi, it's one of the main texts of classical texts. That's Yang Cheng Fu's 10 essential points. If you haven't read it, I've written an article for the Tai Chi magazine. You can write to me. I will send you a copy of that article. He was what we call him the father of modern Tai Chi. I mean, he's gone already. And he was the one who bring Tai Chi to more people. He had thousands of students and he teach many people. And he's a very friendly, nice guy. And his elder son is the one who's supposed to got, well, you know, in the tradition, like the elders got everything. His elder son, Yang Shaozhong, is the holder of the title, and he escaped to Hong Kong. And earlier on this morning, I talked about my late father-in-law was one of his close students. He certainly donate a lot of money, very significant amount of money, around a tenth of cost of an apartment. To be in that position would be the few people the master really spent time teaching. And so I heard a lot of direct stories about Yang Shaozhong, and I written an article about Yang Shaozhong for Tai Chi magazine, talk about what it's like and so on. Again, I can send you that article. But the reason why I told all this is that Yang Shaozhong, the great-grandson of the Yang style creator, has a huge affinity for waving hands. And he really don't like people who just wave hands. He thinks they're just playing around. The waving hands, he feels is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful move in Yang style. And that's why I'm going to spend a little time working on the waving hands. It doesn't look much, you know, you just wave your hands. But here, when you move your hands, you need to first of all control by your dantian. So as your hands going through, your dantian takes it along. And then here, so that's a curve. And at the end of the curve, when you turn your palm up, it's important to have your finger pointing up, and then out. So that is more powerful than like this. It's not a thing. It's here the chi flows, and you sing your chi, and that's where you deliver energy. And then it scoop back, and it go back again. So there's a connection between the two. If you do this, there's no connection. And if you do this, it's a little bit too close. Just about right behind, that will make it yin and yang. And then the other side. And when you bring your hands over, your hands should be chest height. So just the right height for your chi to flow. And it's really good to think of the metaphor that you are caring for yourself and minding yourself, value yourself, turn, or you can say turn to share your positive energy with people, which is what we do when we teach Tai Chi. And then when you scoop back, the palm in center of the palm, the acupuncture point, connecting to your dantian, and by communicating, it grows energy. So that's the part of it. Now the other part is when you direct by your dantian and your dantian's moving in a spiral way, then translate to a bigger, more three-dimensional curve, more spiraling. That's more powerful than just moving in curve. So the connection, the power, and as well as that, the stepping. When you step out or when they step in, that's where it gives you extra power as you turn. So it comes, step out, touch down, sing your chi, deliver energy, transfer the energy from your foot, and turn, step in, transfer your energy. And then, of course, meanwhile, that spiral directing your movements, also directing your stepping. So that's, if that's not enough for you to think about, to see, then that help you to see why help me to see why Yang Shaozhong liked this movement so much. And in honor of him, it's in a lot of my Tai Chi for Health programs. And 3 repetition, I never get sick of doing 6 repetition of waving hands, because there's so much internal power, so much in it. So please don't be like those people Yang Shaozhong don't like, waving around like monkeys. Waving around like with internal energy and enjoy it. Step out, press down, turn your right palm, feel the energy as you turn, and then change hands, shift weight, step in, then push down, turn, deliver, change hands, and step out, turn, deliver energy. Somewhere just really think of there's a spiral directing by a dantian, spread out, expressed by your hands. And after you've done 3, we'll move to the next. So I just want to give you another point, is that that's a lot, thinking about where your palm is, how to transfer your chi there, and where to deliver force, and step how to deliver. So that will come as you practice more, how to move in 3-dimensional curve, the spiral force. And you don't have to think of it all the time. All I think one need to do is be mindful these things are there, and be mindful of the principle, and every now and then just think about it. As you step, push down, sing, deliver, feel the energy. And if you just think of it now and then, that's enough to grow your energy. There is no perfection, and our brains are not made to think of everything and do everything right. It's on. However, it does have a way of adaptation. If we focus every now and then being there, and then the rest of the body, your brain would form a habit, and then you will just improve your Tai Chi as you go. In other words, don't give yourself an impossible task. Don't say, I have to do A, B, C, D, E. Just do A now and then, B now and then, C and then, and that's all you need to do to really improve your Tai Chi. So let's do this and then move to the next. After the 3, we're going to do a single whip. When you cross your hands, make sure you cross at the wrist and cross it properly, and that allows you to have more space to express your energy and the kick. So this kick is same as 24 form, and I want you to just be mindful of, as you cross, you coordinate with with your lower limb, that your hands go up, your knee come up. Now, if knee coming up is not so stable for you, it's totally okay to do this and visualize your knee coming up, but you're still touching ground, so you're much safer. It's important to be safe and visualize the knee coming up. And then when you turn, you lift the toe up. So if you're touching ground, you just change it to toe up. Okay. So like that. And then when you kick, just step up a little bit. And otherwise, if you're okay to do this, then kick. When you kick, open up your hands the same way at the same time as you kick. It's important that you're looking at the right direction. Doesn't make any sense when you kick somebody there and you look this way. Doesn't look. It's not right. Your energy needs to be where the force is, which is where you're kicking. And your hands are similar direction. And for people who really want perfection, your arms is same direction. It's because arms are thinner than the leg, it's on the outer side of the leg. But if you make it here, that's fine too. Same direction is good. Like that. And the hand in the back should be symmetrical. So you look at me sideways, not as symmetrical, but here, if you look at front on, it's symmetrical. And the one in the back, it's good to be just a tiny little higher so that you can help to balance. However, the common thing is we think we are balanced, we are symmetrical, but that is not really symmetrical. So Zoom has a great feature. You can video yourself, and then you can check yourself. And it's when you think your hands are here, when you think your hands are there, and you thought you were here, then obviously your mind and the bodies are not integrated. So video helps us to integrate mind and body. From here, up, turn, kick. Then it became, whether you touch down or not, you can just cut across and punch. Then, little different from the 24, but same principle, hang, kick. And here's the big difference. You're going to turn and you're going to switch to here, back to the same side. Okay, so that is challenging. So what you can do is just go 1, 2, 3. That's totally okay. Then back to this kick. Especially if you have carpet, it's challenging to go, whoa! Yeah, so it's much better to just go 1, 2, 3, up, and this time we kick, heel kick this way. Okay, so I don't want to do too much the kicks, just to understand the principle. And when you practice too, don't practice the kick all the time because it gets very straining on the knee. And that's a good thing about Tai Chi is the whole set exercise everything in a very balanced way. So it's nice to run through the set. And if you do practice certain parts, well, don't overdo it. Just be mindful with your comfort and your health. So let's do from here. 1, 2, 3. And then step back if you can, otherwise break it down. So after the last kick, it's like needle at the sea bottom, feeling the forces as you bend here, keeping your body upright, your hands down within comfort, and it's the forces going down from here. So after the last kick, step back and right hand over the left hand over right wrist, turn your palm, take a step forward and open up the fang back. As you transfer your weight, open up your fang and turn to this corner. So that's a big turn to 45 degree out here as you punch. Yeah, so let's do that again from the higher horse. I'll go more in the center so you can see me better. Step up, kick, cross, punch, and then go that way, cross your hands, up, then come back, left hand down, left hand press down, right hand up, like blocking an incoming punch, redirect incoming force, and then force going down with your finger, then join your hands, turn the right hand over, and then as you turn the left toe as much as you can, then left hand goes down, right hand punching down this way and step. So that's like the 24 form, except it turns just a little bit more, where your hands hidden under the elbow. So this is a block incoming punch, and this is like a flick punch. The force coming pivot from the elbow like this. So it's like stop the incoming punch, a little tap on the nose to stop him, and at the same time, if that still doesn't work, you put a step on the foot. But you do have to go a fair way to this direction, and you can take a couple of steps if that's challenging. As long as you get to the same direction, that will be fine. So from here, the needle in the bottom C, up, open up, and transfer your weight, turn your toe in, and then weight forward, left hand straight past the right elbow, cross your hand and step down. It's called backward right hand tiger, like this, looking the other way. Really nice move. So let's start from here to get the flow. Up, over, and then left hand thread through the right forearm as you shift your weight. Follow step, cross your hands, lift the toe. That's the same except you pat it became, step down, and both hands like this. Go over here and looking back. It's okay if you go like this. Okay, you don't have to go to the foot, but yeah, I'm just showing off a little bit. It's really good to be arthritic for 60 years. At age of 73, I can do this. No problem. That's the Tai Chi for me. And I like to tell people that you can do that. If you do Tai Chi for 60 years, you can do anything, even at older age. Certainly give me a lot of freedom. Okay, let me go back to that again. But it's totally okay to do this, okay? I mean, I've been doing Tai Chi 46 years. So you can do that 46 years later, but do it within your comfort. And then trace the left hand over the right. Cross your hands as you go in spiral, and then touch. Step back, then turn to the corner, and punching over. So you turn to the corner, and you punch over like this. And at the end, as you punch over, you turn a little bit back. So looking back to this direction, and then you're looking back. You down turn, and you're looking back. Well, have fun playing with it. Let's have breakout group doing what I did just now for 16 minutes. So we're so great to have Janet back here. Can we have a group for her as well?
Janet's all set up with the group, so we have Fiona, Janet, Kartiki, Pat, and Hong.
Wow. Well, you practically have a private lesson, everybody. That's fantastic. Well done. I'll come and see you in the class. Have fun.
Issue in any particular part of it, I'm quite happy to talk about that. Yep. Okay, so would you like me to sort of speak you through it? Hi, Paul.
Hi, Janet.
Would you like me to talk you through it so that we all keep the same speed?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, all right, well, I won't sort of say individual micro movements, but, you know, just.
Right. That's fine. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I just have to unmute myself. Okay, so we're starting over here with the waving hands in the clouds. So if you just sort of think about what Paul was saying about transmitting the energy through your body, and commence. Second waving hands. And third. And the single whip. And the pat by horse. And the right heel kick. Punching ears. And the second kick to the end. And turning or stepping around. And a heel kick. with a step back. The needle at sea bottom. And back. And white snake spits tongue. And striped tiger.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Janet.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, great.
So was there any particular part of that that you would like to address?
Me?
No,
No, I already have
everybody
my
else.
goals.
You've already done your addressing.
It's great. It's wonderful following you. Always learn something. So I'm going to join other
All
group.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did a circular one at that point, but it doesn't matter which one we do, as long as we can get the idea that you're lifting up and doing this heel kick. Let's try it again. So we are from here in a right bow stance. You ready? Commence. Left foot, right foot, step in. Thinking about that figure of 8, step out, there's your stop sign. So as you step in, there it is, you push it away. And again, last one, getting ready for the single quick. Fingers to the ceiling. Pat the high horse. Knock off the apple. Okay, cross the left hand over, step the left foot, circle. You're looking at the left hand, then you're looking towards the right so that you can see where you're kicking. Turn to the corner, hands to the bottom of the wine glass, down the stem and out at the base to punch. Slight adjustment of your right foot, kick with the left foot and turn round. 1, 2, 3. Weight into your left foot. Lift up the right. There's your heel kick. Step the right foot behind. Take the weight. Turn. One hand up, one hand down. Adjust the left foot so you're comfortable and sink the energy down. Lift up the hand. Step. Fan back. Turn all the way around. Bring in. And punch. Left hand to your right elbow, wipe off that punch, step in, lift the left hand, lower the right hand, circle. Bring it up, slap. Bring it down. Stepping into the front, into a bow stance, fist and fist, and turn. Step in and stand. Have a shake. Okay, well done.
Beautiful, Fiona.
From what I could see looking over my shoulder, you can confirm this or otherwise, Paul. I think that the area that needs the most attention is from the turn and the white snake spits out its tongue. Yeah, so
yep.
Let's have a look at this. All I want you to do is to go into a left bow stance. So you're in a left bow stance. This is 12 o'clock, you're facing 9 o'clock. Okay, so.
Glad it is, you find it useful. So let me join from here. Hello, sir.
Hey, Kadaki. Hey.
We have a question here. So maybe you can also lead afterwards. This is white snake. You just, I think you rock your weight on the left, connect the hands, bring the foot up, then you tap here or at the foot, whatever is easy. Foot down, step your left toe a little bit outward here, punch, and then just look back a little. That was the question. So was I okay, sir? Thank you.
Very nice. Yes, Nina, usually the background, people's background make your image funny, but your background is so good. It looks
Yes.
beautiful and your image did not get affected at all. That's really nice. Nothing to do with Tai Chi, but it's great.
Yeah, I too noticed that yesterday that her background doesn't, cover the movement at all. Yeah.
So, oh, is it a real picture? Is that why it doesn't affect the? Right.
No, wrong. It is a real picture, but it's digital. So what I did, I invested in 97-cent green tablecloths. It was Pat Lawson's suggestion. And I had strung up a curtain and I just draped them over the curtain. So I now have a curtain of green plastic in what used to be my living room.
So you got green plastic for the curtain?
I do.
And that make the background.
Well,
really...
yes, and so yes, and that yes. So this is a piece of the green plastic.
Wow.
It's tricky getting the right picture, but I digress.
Well, yeah, me too. Sorry, I shouldn't digress people. It's so interesting. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's just a great,
Yeah.
like a perfect way to practice.
It is. It's 19 degrees here. It's going to get probably below 0. So it feels nice to be warmer. I feel warmer in my virtual world.
Thank you. Thank you for showing that. Yeah. Sorry, Kataki. You carry on.
Okay. So let's join again from where we were having, starting before, from the second parting Wild Horses Mane. Comments? Adjust the left toe. Thinking about the principles of waving hand, we just single width. Half a step. Kick. Just the right toe a little bit. Kick. Turning around 1, 2, and 3. Step back. Fan back. Like a snake. Back. And relax. Thank you.
Nice.
So how about I highlight you and we can, follow you one time, please.
Okay. From here. Ready, go. Second waving hands. And third waving hands.
Hello. So we get to practice with you again?
No, I'm going to move. There's some group I haven't been, so I better go see them.
Okay.
It's
I
good.
was being greedy.
Oh, it's all right.
Dr. Lam, you inspired me. I definitely want to take up combined 42 next. It will be a winter project.
Good. It is
That
nice.
was very fun. That was very beautiful.
Yeah. I like 42. Okay, I'll take you on. 42. Sure. So which group have I not been? I think I'm going to. Okay, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. I will go to Hong's group.
And another thing, do you have any question before we practice? Hello, Dr. Lam.
Hey Hong, how you doing?
You can see our group, we are very happy. We just have fun.
That's good. Well, I was really happy to hear one of the girls says, because I've been using that movement.
Because you make a mistake so that we think you are not a god, you're still a human being.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. But she likes the movement so much, she's going to do 42.
Oh, when you do 42, I can help you 42. 42
Well,
is my favorite.
It's not?
It's my
No.
favorite.
Yeah, so the way I did the 42 movement, she liked
You
it
did.
so much, she's going to learn 42 because of that.
Oh, that see, always like a Dao, like Lao Tzu and the Dao said, you never know bad thing or good thing. It turns, it change. It always
Yeah.
change.
Well, 42 was created by Professor Meng, and I spent a lot of time with him, actually, yeah. So it, yeah, I know that form really, really well.
When you do 42, and if my schedule is okay, I'll help you.
Okay.
Or
well,
when do some week long, if someone cannot teach 42, I can do that too. I just let you know so that you don't need nervous. In
Okay,
case
that's
someone can, yeah, in case someone don't teach 42.
She's going to show
that's
you.
good. When you are around, I don't get nervous.
Thank you very much. Dr. Lam, I also have one more thing other than you already clarified, which for me, I told my group last section, for me, any way I like, it does not matter for me. Whatever you do, and we just do. And I used to tell my participants, if Dr. Lam doing something a little different with what I'm doing, my famous thing is always Dr. Lam is the correct one, the right one. I'm the wrong one. So just copy Dr. Lam, because I'm okay for any kind of modification or original or anything.
Well, that's very nice of you. But that's not true. I'm not always right. I'm often wrong. And
Okay, since you see
beautiful.
that, I'll point to one thing. The last several movements, there is one called 白蛇吐信. If you can use in English to tell them the 白.
Yeah, the white
How
snake
do you,
showing its tongue.
yeah,
That's the
that
name.
one also, since you mentioned you are okay. That one, there is a little difference with the official form. The official form is first, like you did, correct? It's like a fist. But when the fist go to the front there, and it changed to a tongue of a snake. It's like a.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, just a little thing. Since you are okay, I just mention that. I always do something confused with some other forms.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
That's the little thing I noticed.
I would try that. That looks nice. And then. Okay, I'll try that. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Lucy, you want to say something?
Yeah, when you do this one, you know, in 42, how you close and then you open. Do you have that closed feeling when you do this one?
Yeah, you're right. 42, they are a little bit like a little bit, just a little bit like some kind of martial art for that movement. And this 40, the same movement is more like tradition. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Bill, you want to share something?
I'm just playing.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So
thank you, Dr. Lam.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
See you, Paul. Thank you so much.
Okay. I don't usually remember the name.
Something.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good. So after you've done that, then to get into this punch.
Sorry, after you've done what?
After you've done what you just did.
Oh, yes.
Pulling the bow, then getting into the next punch.
Oh, your fist comes back to your left armpit.
Right.
It's one of those hidden punches.
Okay.
Right. Oh, okay. Good. Thank you. Wonderful. So we let's have a 5 minutes break. And as usual, I'm going to stay here. You can go and you can stay and talk about anything. I promise I won't, next 5 minutes, I won't spill any top secrets. Just chat about minor things. So yeah, stay or go. Yeah, actually, in one of my very, very early videos, this is back like the first video I have Professor Zhang Wenguang, that's the creator of this, and I filmed him in Temple of Heaven, and I got him on the introduction. But I can't find that video now. I must go back to my archive and have a look. So those are the older videos that it's not available anymore. But yeah, that was really nice. He was doing that really beautiful movements. He was about 80 something. Nice. Good video. Yes, I was so lucky that when I was in China, it was a bit quiet, hardly any Westerners when I first went. And it was actually more difficult. They're not used to people from the West, and we are not used to people there. Everything was so bureaucratic. I would spend 2 weeks there. I would spend 1 week just hassling, getting things the right way, having class arranged, and all hassles of bureaucrats, you know. And that was what inspired me to organize this workshop. And what I want to do is I talk to our workshop team, and we want our workshop to be everything well organized, so the participants have total time to focus on working, and we achieve more in 1 week than 2 weeks in China. But there's something nice about being in China, even though it was really primitive. The so-called hotel, the lodging within the institute, I'm sure it was very, very primitive. And our participants, the group that I take with me, not many people complain, but I can see they just find it very difficult to cope with the living standard, the cold, and the wooden bed with no cushion, no mattress, just a piece of wood with a mattress with a mat. So there's no absorbent, and yeah, but it was great. It was a great time that I remember. Still have some photos to show. Okay, I think it's time to start officially. So welcome back. In the 5 minutes rest, did you have any questions before I continue the... Okay, that's good. If nobody said anything, that means I did a good job, and anything I say was clear. So let's go. Let's go and finish the set off. This is really exciting. So it's probably easier to go from here, so that get the flow of things. And if you like to follow me. And then open up and close, and then looking back to the other side. Yeah, and that was the same with the DVD as well. I just thought the other way is better. Janet, and all your ways. My DVD was the same as what we were doing before. I thought it's fun to do it like this 42. So you guys are right, and certainly you are welcome to do the according to my DVDs. That's fine. That's great. But I just thought this is more fun, 42 one. Sorry about that. I just want to just accept Janet's a little bit.
You're only doing it because you're not doing 42 this week.
I'm not doing 42, yeah. Yeah, no, I just, when I practice and I kind of one day I got into the 42 and thought, wow, this fitting really well. I feel really nice here. Not quite, yeah, it just feels really good for me. So I kind of got used to that. I'm sorry. Well, I will show you it, and feel free to stay where it is in the DVD or try my new way and see which way you like. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm happy to do either. Just let us know which one you want.
Oh, I don't care. You do the ones that you like. Maybe I will teach it my way, and then I think we have some time. Janet will teach the old way, the right way from the DVD, and then you guys have a choice. And if you want to find example how I did that, it's in the 42 DVD. It's just part of the 42, similar but different. I think for me, I just got to like it. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll move on this way, and then I'll ask Janet to show you at the end the other way as well. Okay, so where are we? We are here. I was getting the flow of things. And then here. So this is the same. Open up, close, and step to this direction, looking back. So it's the same, just the other side. So I'm not going to talk anymore. It's the lowest thing. And actually, this is first time in the 40 form we do the lower movements. So the lower movement, I don't know. Can you spotlight me? I can't see full of myself. Good things. So in the lower leg movement, if you see a lot of younger people, especially people in competition, and some people think the lower you go, the better. Well, that's not the case. Tai Chi is about internal. And it's really important not to go too low if you haven't got the flexibility or the strength. It is a high-risk movement, so I want you to be mindful that it's okay. The key is the weight transference. Your weight's here, as you transfer to the other side, your hands and your body goes the same way as you transfer. And that is the key of your energy move, rather than how low you go. But of course, if you're very comfortable and if you really feel comfortable and you have the need to go lower, make sure you go low, but your body's upright. Because I see a lot of people, even in cover of Tai Chi books, there are people who want to go low so much, they just lean forward and then go really low. And don't do that. When you bend yourself forward, you really stretch your back, and that's high risk. It's still high risk going down, but if you're really comfortable and you practice lots like me, and then that's fine. But just be careful. Well within your comfort zone. Definitely don't bend forward, whether you go high or low. Keep your body upright. And that's really all I need to talk about. This golden cock standing on leg, you connect your hands to your foot. Your hands bring up your foot, and the other way is the same. Hands bring up your foot, and brushing past, punching. Then from here, it's moving on to stroking bird's tail, and we done stroking bird's tail right from the beginning. So I won't go through that again. It's the same. Remember, it's the most important movement in Yang style. The 4 energies: Peng, Lui, Jiong, or wall off, roll back, press, and push. Then the other difference is 24 form. This is the traditional Yang style's way of moving onto single whip. Whereas 24 form, we move on single whip this way. And in fact, one very neat part that we move on combining the Sun style with Yang style. I think that's really beautiful. But anyway, the traditional is like this, like you're playing mahjong, moving around the surface. Here. So those are the very traditional way is moving energy this way. And the other thing is when you put your weight forward, and even when you go back or move it, you don't lift the toe up. Usually you shift the weight, but your foot's still on the ground. That's nothing wrong with that. Just easier when you have participants to realize they are transferring weight with the toe out. And it's easier if they're turning, then the weight's not there, so they're not so much chance of hurting the knee. Whereas if you can't see the weights change and then they turn, that can be a high risk in the knee. So those are the important things to take care of, being mindful of. Okay, so if you'd like to follow me, we will start from this to where it was just now. Open up, closing in, and looking back, lower movements. Brush, almost brush past knee, then stroking this tail. And then single whip. After that, the lower movement again, just make sure you turn the toe out so it's easier to go down. And then turn the toe out again. And here, I just show you my way, the 42. So you go cross, punching, and then open up. Yeah, so from here, open up, and right hand over the left wrist. Open up, cross, and then that's very similar. Up, and 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and that's similar move. Let me do that again. From here, open up, I really like this movement. I think it fits really well for me. Turn, 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 and then that's similar to what we did before. Punching forward. Okay, I think if they done all the videos and work, it really would be doing the way that on my video is. So I will, Janet, do you mind taking over from there?
Form 34. Step backward riding tiger.
Step back and open up your hands. Bring your left hand down, right hand up. And your right hand now like a block. And left hand next to the hip, looking straight ahead.
Follow Dr. Lam.
Step back. Separate your hands, move hanging curve. Right hand forms a block.
Form 35. Turn body with lotus kick.
Step your left foot toe in and move your palms. Hands across the elbow. Step the right foot toe out and then bring the left foot over and adjust your right foot to form an empty stance, and both your hands naturally come over to the right hand side.
Follow Dr. Lam.
Start with turning the left palm up and then left toe in, both arms crossed. And then step the left foot around, bring both hands around to the right. You do a lotus kick where the left hand brush past the middle of your foot and the right hand brush past the toe. Now, if you can't lift this high, it's quite okay to just brush past your thigh. So Janet will show you. Yeah, and notice her right foot swing around, and then her hands then pat.
Follow Dr. Lam.
Okay, get ready and go. Changing that so long, I kind of find really awkward doing the old way. But what Janet showed is the official form, and that is the form I teach before. It will, yeah, and it's sort of similar. You over here is the same. The difference, I hope I'm not confusing you, is just there, and the rest is the same. So that I think, yeah, it's nice. So sorry about that for that. And I hope that you get my principle on energies, movements, and what make Tai Chi shine, and not worry too much about having to choose which one for you, which movement. Were there any other questions? Do we? I think we have time. Would you like to do the whole set together? Is that a yes from you, Janet? Yes. Okay, let's do that. And if we can have the music, that would be good. If not, we will just do it. That would be nice. Yeah, yes, please. Okay, now that we have 2 points, this or that doesn't take much difference in time. You're welcome to do either one. And same as, and then with the near the end beat here, forward 7 step, we do it the way Janet showed you, as in our DVDs. So we try to do DVD way, but if you do it, what I show you is okay too. Similar timing, so we should all end at roughly the same time. Okay, everybody. Commence. Welcome back, everybody. How was we did have a practice session, didn't we? Did we? No. Did I miss something? Should we? We still got time. Shall we have a practice session? Yeah, okay. Please do. Let's make it.
Okay, you're off. Hello. So we
Hey.
get to practice with you again?
No, I'm going to move. There's some group I haven't been, so I better go see them. But it's good.
I was being greedy.
It's all right.
Dr. Lam, you inspired me. I definitely want to take up combined 42 next.
Good. It is nice.
That was very fun. That was very beautiful.
Yeah. I like 42. Okay, I'll take you on. 42. Sure. So which group have I not been? I think I'm going to. Okay, go ahead. Don't let me stop you. I will go to Hong's group.
And another thing, do you have any question before we practice? Hello, Dr. Lam.
Hey Hong, how you doing?
You can see our group, we are very happy. We just have fun.
That's good. Well, I was really happy to hear one of the girls says, because I've been using that movement,
Because you make a mistake, so that we think you are not a god. You still a human being.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. But she likes the movement so much, she's going to do 42.
Oh, when you do 42, I can help you 42.
Well,
42 is my favorite.
it's not? No.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, so the way I did the 42 movement, she liked it so much, she's going to learn 42 because of that.
Oh, that, see? Always like a doll. Like Lao Tzu and the doll said, you never know bad thing or good thing. It turns, it changes.
Yeah.
Always change.
Well, 42 was created by Professor Meng, and I spent a lot of time with him, actually, yeah. So it, yeah, I know that form really, really well.
When you do 42, and if my schedule is okay, I'll help you.
Okay,
Or
well,
when do some week long, if someone cannot teach 42, I can do that too. I just let you know so that you don't need nervous.
okay,
In case
that's
someone can, yeah, in case someone don't teach 42.
that's good. When you are around, I don't get nervous.
Thank you very much. Dr. Lam, I also have one more thing other than you already clarified, which for me, I told my group last section, for me, any way I like. It does not matter for me. Whatever you do, and we just do. And I used to tell my participants, if Dr. Lam doing something a little different with what I'm doing, my famous thing is always Dr. Lam is the correct one, the right one. I'm the wrong one. So just copy Dr. Lam. Because I'm okay for any kind of modification or original or anything.
Well, that's really nice of you. But that's not true. I'm not always right. I'm often wrong. And your forms are beautiful.
You see that, I'll point to one thing.
Yeah.
The last several movements, there is one called 白蛇吐
Yeah, the white snake showing its tongue. That's the name.
That one
White
also,
snake.
since you mentioned you are okay. That one there is a little difference with the official form. The official form is first, like you did correct. It's like fist. But when the fist go to the front there, and it changed to a tongue of a snake. It's like a.
Okay. That's nice. Sure. Yep.
Yeah, just a
That's
little
nice.
thing.
Yeah.
Since you are okay, I just mention that. I always do something confused with some other forms.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that.
That's the little thing
I will try that. That looks nice. And then. Okay, I'll try that. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Lucy, you want to say something?
Yeah, when you do this one, now in 42, how you close and open. Do you have that closed feeling when you do this one?
Yeah, you're right. 42, they are a little bit like just a little bit like some kind of martial art for that movement, and this 40, the same movement is more like tradition. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Bill, you want to share something?
I'm just playing.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Dr. Lam.
thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
See you. See you soon.
So much.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we have a summary of how you go in your groups.
Oh, not enough time. We could have done with lots more. We simply went over the section and tried to make sure that when we were going into a bow stance, it was a real bow stance, etc. We didn't really have time for any of the finer points, but it was good. We did it through 3 or 4 times. Who could ask for more?
Thank you, Fiona. Next, please.
Yeah, who can ask some more except playing Tai Chi with your friends? So, just a minute. This says unmute myself. I've already done that. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
So, we did the form through that second segment, and then we did focus on a couple of areas, and at the end we talked about, sort of just strategies for being able to kick in a stable and upright manner. The most important being upright and stable. It was great fun. Thank you, everybody in my group.
And we did the entire 40 from beginning to end, 1 round, and the participants in my group are pretty well versed with the form, so we just enjoyed the flow, and I believe both of them, they really liked it, as myself as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, it is a lovely to different interpretations, so that's not a problem. And yeah, just a couple of little personal things we discussed, but the group did well. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Hello, everybody. Our group did great. We clarified several things and then compare a little bit with the 42, and then Dr. Lam joined us, which is very nice. And then we tried to play the whole form, but we didn't have time. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, anybody will have any questions? This will be your last chance.
And I'd like to just remind everyone to stay for a quick photo right after the question.
Or maybe photo first. Let's do the photo first.
Or we can do the quick photo now.
Yeah.
Not a question, but I'm just grateful. Thank you, everybody.
Great. Thanks for that.
All right, and we'll just do a smiling one. 1, 2, 3. And Dr. Lam, would you like us to do another one?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a movement here. Maybe, no, half body. Maybe something else. Half body is this way. Still too big. Here. Turn slightly. A half. How's that? Okay. Are we ready? You okay?
Almost. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I think I got it. Nice.
Okay, now I'm always run past the time, but hopefully it's okay. Yes, any questions, please unmute yourself and speak up.
Thank you. It's lovely.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was very enriching experience. Got to understand the forms a little bit more deeper level, and it was wonderful as always. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Kataki.
And thank you, Paul, for a reminder for us to always stay flexible.
What do you mean, stay flexible? Get flexible.
Well, I was actually referring to this sort of flexible, not that sort of flexible.
Okay.
Well, both is good. Yeah. So anyway, I want to thank my workshop team. Ernie and Pat stay really late for you, and Evan. And we really do everything we can to make this smooth and work well. And the facilitators, it's so good to have you here. And yeah, so good to have Janet teaching the right way. And it's wonderful to be together, and it's wonderful to have my team and our workshop of the instructors. I guess with the annual workshop, I don't usually get to teach except 1 hour of class. So this is really fun for me. I teach all the classes, and with the help from my colleagues, just been a great experience. Last year was great experience, so as this year. It's just nice. And yeah, like Nina saying, I'm getting more comfortable with Zoom and trying to take advantage of Zoom to share more. But really, it takes the whole village, takes everybody, and we need you to be part of it to make this work. And your support for the workshop is really, really important. You know, this is our 24th anniversary of the January workshop, and this workshop is the first step we reach out to the world from academic suburban class that we have for nearly 40 years now, that my colleagues, Pat, Fiona, Janet, we've been working together for many years. And then when we open up to the world, the first thing we did was this annual workshop. Tai Chi for Health programs, medical studies, many things come from this workshop. This is where we train the leaders of the Tai Chi for Health community. This is where we really upgrade the standard of everybody, allow us to develop our Tai Chi to higher level, allow us to share the energy and that positive feeling of building a Tai Chi for Health community. So your coming here is not just to learn from the class, to improve your Tai Chi, but also your support to this whole community. The workshop is like, for me, that's like this kind of the center point where we get together. So despite the lockdown, we didn't let anything stop us from getting together and work together. So I want to thank you for being here and your support here. And I look forward to see you next time. Keep practicing and keep enjoying your Tai Chi, and we'll work next time together. And I'm going to officially close this workshop, but stay here. I'll be here to answer any questions. And best wishes to everybody. Thank you, everyone.